Hi. Hi. Let me get rid of that.
Good morning, everybody. Apologies for the slight pause, but
We did it on purpose.
18 minutes late for the 18th episode, held on the 18th of the month. There you go.
There you go. 18 on the 18th. Yeah. Quirky but cute, right? Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we are both 18 years old, or at least mentally.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And happy birthday to my best friend. Yeah. My
Yes,
sister
indeed.
Brandy is a year older. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Not going any farther than that.
I was looking at the mute button there for you.
Don't want her to disown me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Happy birthday to my girl. I'm going to say it happy birthday right now.
Still looking at mute.
Happy birthday.
Oh, you're typing. I thought you said you're singing it. Go for that.
No, I'm on my computer, so I can't. I can do it. Let's see. Ooh, let me see if my
Oh.
phone's charged up. I could be. Hey, I'm with everybody. I'm on the air. Wishing you a happy birthday. We're gonna do that.
Okay.
So why don't you say hi to everybody?
Whilst you're doing that, I shall greet them. Good morning, just another nut. Nice to see you. First amongst us today, Skibo. Hi.
Skibo.
Yeah, they might pop in for a little, and they're in the middle of a James Bond movie.
Ooh, which one?
He says that's Bond, James Bond, but I don't know whether that's just a.
Yeah. Well.
So yes, it doesn't say necessarily which film. Hi, Jason.
Hey there.
Yeah. Captain Cactus. Good morning. Taipan. Good afternoon, evening.
Hi.
Zebulon 181. Hi there.
Hey there. Hello there.
Heck, good afternoon or evening.
Hey there, sweetie girl.
Mm-hmm. Zebulon. For the moment, yes. Zebulon reckons they're lagging, but
here we go.
Generally, hit F5 or Control R refresh. That might well.
I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
Hey, Brandy. I'm on the air wishing you a happy birthday, and so is Simon. Say it on the air, and I'll send her a clip. Yeah. and I started saying that it was your birthday, so happy birthday. And if I don't talk to you before you leave, drive carefully. Have Jeff drive carefully. Just be careful, and have a great time. I love you. Bye. She's going on a overnight to what's called Cripple Creek, Colorado. I can never say it fast. Cripple Creek, Colorado. There we go. It's an old mining town, and they gamble there. You know, they have gambling casinos and no riverboats there and shit. I guess. I don't know. Never been.
And don't tell me it's named after what happens to your kneecaps if you don't pay your debt.
No, but the hotel they usually stay at, not this year, so usually it's haunted, like many hotels here in Colorado. And but the one that they usually stay in has a little girl, I think, in it. But so yeah, they're staying at a different one that looks nice and comes with a nice breakfast. And yeah, I told like unfortunately her dad's has some issues right now, medical issues. They've had colon cancer, but they think they got it all. And like her brother's not doing it. Like things are going stressful. So I'm like, girl, you got to get away for your birthday. You have to. So I pushed her.
Oh, good.
Her car broke down, and then her father's car broke down. There's like 8 people with half a car. It's terrible. So I was like, I'll cover the room. Just please go. So, and her kids have been great. Usually, not so, but her elder son gave her like some gambling money, a lot of gambling money for a kid, 18-year-old kid, you know.
Mhm.
And Spencer, I don't know what Spencer's done, but Sadie bought her a gift, and yeah, and she has a gift coming from Simon, who's just lovely.
That was only fortuitous.
Hmm?
It was just serendipitous that it happened to be her birthday. I didn't realise.
No, he bought her gifts. It's just sweet.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, because she's my sister, and we love her. She's
Yeah,
great, and yeah, I
she's
hope
a very nice
she'll
lady.
be. Yeah, she is. She's got so much on her shoulders, but she handles it with grace. And I hope and pray she'll become more a part of the channel as um, she gets her own office together. We got her computer situated, and hopefully, well, her daughter's pregnant again, so
Hmm.
maybe after the birth she'll have time. I don't know. How does that work? I don't. Oof. She'll get here sooner or
I'm
later. Damn it.
I'm not sure, but I think it involves shouting "push" a lot.
No, I'm talking. Shut up. I mean, like, how do you find time with two babies in the house? But I mean,
You
the
give them
grandma's great.
you
You give
give
it to the
them to the
mom.
mother and say,
Yes,
"Look after your children."
yes. But
That's how you do it.
she loves she loves her grandchildren so much. Well, her first grandchild. Um, I don't know. You've met her before if you've been around. She ate Marmite with me here and meat pie from Australia. She comes and goes.
Yeah. If you see somebody called Adelaide in the chat, that's Brandy.
That's my girl. Yeah. Which is
Uh,
weird. That's my great grandmother's name,
mhm.
and she's not of my great grandmother because we're not literally sisters. We're
Yes.
just sisters of the heart.
Yeah. Brandy is in fact AMG sort of a
Best friend.
longest serving friend in the Colorado
Oh yeah.
area.
I met her in the first week I was here. First day at the clinic. Yeah. She
Mhm.
handed me her baby. Said, "Could you hold him?" I'm like, "Excuse me? Are you talking to the person behind me? What? I don't. I don't know you. You- He's. A, you're gonna hand me your baby and walk away? What?" But she said, I had no, I the second time at the clinic because she said the first time at the clinic, he, I was behind her in line. I didn't remember. Um, and he didn't hide from me or anything. He looked at me and I waved at him. He waved back apparently. And he's not like that. He was very shy with people. So she knew right away. So the second time when she saw it and she had to hand him off to somebody, I happened to be right there again. And she handed me and he didn't fuss or muss or anything. And I did because I don't hold babies. I don't know babies. I'm a only child and I don't know anybody with babies. So it was awkward. It was like 3 men and a baby. I was holding it at like my arms outstretched, like what do I do with this? Uh, so I tried talking to him. He didn't answer. It was a bad conversation.
Oh, a bit
Like
one-sided.
yeah, he never said shit. So anyway, but like
Yeah.
he didn't
Oh,
cry. So that's all I cared about.
did
She
you give
came
him a
back.
chance? Did you give him a chance to get a word in edgewise?
Shut up.
Well,
But we got along well. And that's how her and I became friends because of Spencer. And then the first time she came over to my house. He was crawling around and crawled behind my couch and was playing, and we were like, okay. And then I said, wait a minute, he's been very quiet because he was not a quiet boy. Think Dennis the Menace, only a year and a half old.
right.
And so I go behind the couch, and there he is with a pair of scissors cutting up my phone charger into a million pieces. But when he, when I said like that, like Spencer, and he looked up at me with the biggest shit-eating grin, but yet what? I didn't do it. look, it was so funny. I busted out, and Brandon's like, "You can't laugh." I'm like, "But I can't help it," you know. And that's our story. Saboteur.
Yes, as Dalek Beck says, but lovely young AMG, you feel like a person that you can trust in a heartbeat, mate.
Oh, honey, thank you.
Taipan reckons Mother AMG the next saint.
Oh, stop.
There's only one problem with being.
But you can't call me mother. What?
What the major issue with being declared a saint?
I'm gonna be dead in a bad way.
Yeah.
Saints die badly, dude. Don't wish that on me.
Yeah. And Zebulon says, yeah, they held a baby once. I'm fairly certain I have a couple of times, but at least I was related to the baby.
Yeah, well, I've held her grandchild.
But I try not to.
When she was 3 weeks old. That's the smallest baby I ever held. And I was nervous. Ooh, it's like, please take her back. I'm sitting down and everything, but I'm still afraid I'm going to drop her. So take her back. She started moving, and I'm like, she's moving. Take her back. So,
with me, there's the faint, what happens if something, like I trip or stumble.
Exactly that.
But mainly, I've got. I mean, I don't particularly care about holding babies because I don't really care for them. Is that a good thing to say?
It was cool for the first couple of minutes, and I'm like, okay, novelty's worn off. You can take her back now. Because now she's just getting heavier, and I think she stinks a little bit. Check her diapers because I'm not doing that. And you can have her back now. Thank you. Bye. But she's walking and running and climbing now, and I'm like, oh, this makes things much harder. Because used to be, I could get everything high off the ground, and it was safe for her here. Vacuum, make it nice. Now she can climb.
Yes.
I have vintage things from 1950, 1954. And I'm like, where do I put this? I have an ashtray, and I have that bowl from 1954 that are irreplaceable. Her mother can make another one. We've seen that happen. These are irreplaceable. Just saying.
Yes, means that old expression, child-proofing a house.
Yeah, don't have
child in it. I always thought I was locking the front door.
Right? Keep the child out.
Yeah.
Okay, I love Violet, and I'm going to love her sister. Beta. Moving on to something.
And keeping with the theme of looking out for people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Pink Sub Fund.
I'm just about to say it myself. Great minds.
Great minds think alike, small minds seldom differ.
Okay then. We've been working on a cute little surprise from Simon. I'm loving it. And he's great at it. That's all I'm going to say.
No pressure there, then.
He's great. You know what? Simon's got a great sense of humor. And that's what I appreciate. Like, I hate a person who can't laugh at themselves.
Stop. Could you just wait a second? I'll get a recording device and I'll get you to say Simon has a great sense of humor again, so I can record.
Well, this is being recorded, so
yeah.
It's just I can't stand people who can't laugh at themselves. They think they're they've got to be like super cool all the time, can't crack a smile, or if you make a joke on them, they're like they get mad, and it's an insecurity to me. People who can laugh at themselves are strong enough in who they are that they don't mind a joke, right? So I appreciate that Simon can do this. I mean, I make a fool of myself for you guys all the time, and I don't mind. If it makes you laugh, I'm all up for it. Yeah, I'm here to entertain you.
I'm generally sort of fairly self-deprecating. But I think, like most normal people, I do have a line.
Of course, you have to.
I don't mind people taking the mickey out of me. but I say there's a particular line. It's a nice wavy line because it's where certain things. No, sorry,
Yeah. Well, you
that is
shouldn't
not
let
what I would
anything.
call that. I would not call that being humorous.
No, it shouldn't be anything and everything. All bets are off. No.
Yeah.
But a joke here
And
and there is not a bad thing.
yeah, and I think most people have got that. It's just that some people looking out from themselves, their wavy line is way in the distance, and so their limits are out from themselves.
Sorry, I just wanted to see the chat. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it fell.
So yeah, their sort of limits are way over the horizon. So a bit like First Amendment auditors.
Mhm.
I mean,
They can't
their
laugh
First
themselves.
Amendment
Yeah, the
rights,
two. Yeah.
are basically their rights. They don't care about anybody
Mhm.
else's. So some people have their sense of humor, their boundaries are way out, and they don't see that they're being
Right.
annoying or obnoxious to others.
Here's what I need you guys to do, Dalek and Zebs and everybody. Share the pink sub thing.
Mm-hmm.
We now, thanks to our dear friend Cajanese, have a domain. pinksubfund.com. Isn't that great? You can go there and see the link to where it's not done yet. It's not completely up. We'll have a big launch party, and you'll be able to go there and click a link to ask us for help or to donate or read some of the testimonials. And if there's anybody listening who we've helped in the past, you don't have to put your name to it. Just if you want to write something in your own words, we'd appreciate it. We'll put it up. Your name will never be, unless you want it to, but your name will never be used. It'll just help us, because let people know that we're here to help. And then please share when should we put? I guess I'll make the link today for the stream that's happening.
Okay.
So people can share that too.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we have a donation link already up. Simon, do you have it?
I've already put the link to the Pink Sub Fund up,
Okay.
but I can show it again.
Awesome. That'd be great. And yeah, if you have a couple bucks you can donate, that'd be great. You know what it's for. It's to help everybody have a great holiday. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever. And you can wait till we have the stream or both. We're gonna have a great time on the stream. There'll be giveaways and games that are totally interactive, and there'll be some funny things that we're doing, skits you might say, all kinds of stuff. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Ladies' Night's gonna come back, hopefully. Nicole's been kind of sick, so I'm hoping it still happens. All kinds of stuff. Am I forgetting? Bingo. We're gonna have bingo. What else? Anything else that I'm missing?
Jokes, hopefully.
Yeah, your jokes are gonna be a big part of it. What's that?
It's something that's interrupted the flow of speech, which gives me a chance to say good morning, Irish. Good to see you.
Hey, baby.
Right. Paracord Princess has become a member. So thank you very much for joining Paracord, and hello.
Awesome. Welcome, Paracord Princess. I love you.
Strange. Don't take this the wrong way, but I was thinking about you over the weekend, Paracord Princess.
Ooh. And?
I know. I was at a convention, and on the second day, the Sunday, a guy that I know through Jay, my author friend who I went with, a guy called Ross, he's the one who did the Iron Man costume. He normally appears in Ghostbusters regalia, but on the second day he came as a Indiana Jones, and he has been playing with braiding his own whip.
At Paracord.
At a paracord.
Awesome.
And I thought, I know somebody who does that.
And she's very good at stuff like that. Awesome. Glad
Yes,
to have you on board.
Yes, Paracord Princess. Oh, really?
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll raise a bunch of money for a very good cause.
Yeah. Oh, what the? Damn it. I'm annoyed now because he was saying he's experimenting on trying to create a particular style of whip. It's got a name and I can't remember what it was. But
there's a lot of fucking whips out there. And if you want to, if you like whip tricks, I guess, go on YouTube and check out Jack the Whipper. He's very good.
I wonder where he got the idea from that name.
Yeah. Well. And but he's funny and he's very talented, and he learned it from his dad, who was in the circus. He's a circus family guy.
Thank you for clarifying. He learned it from his dad, who was in the circus.
He does Renaissance fairs.
Right.
Who knew they were such a big thing?
I did.
Well, I thought they may have died out, but because they were a big thing back when I was in high school. But he's going to be in one in Rome, and I'm like so jelly. Can you imagine going to a Renaissance fair where the Renaissance took fucking place? Oh my God! It was in Florence. It would be perfect. But hey, Rome is just good.
Yeah, not so bad. And good morning, Irish Stew.
Hey there, Irish Stew.
Oh dear. We may, as the song goes, there may be trouble ahead.
Oh no, why?
Dalek Beck has found an old 1000 joke book.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Sorry. Back on the subject of things that go crack. Jason says, yes, too many types. Trust me, they are now all over my search suggestions.
Yep. I didn't make him do it. Although much of his new and disapproved search engine is because of me, because I can't see, and so when I'm curious about something, I'm like, hey, Jason, and he's on it, and I get curious about strange things, guys. I really do. I really do. The other day it was honeybees, and I found a fucking video game called Bee Simulator. It's free to play on Prime, which is Luna or something like that.
Okay.
And I couldn't see to figure it out, but I couldn't see the directions. I couldn't read them fast enough because it takes me a while now. But I'm looking forward to checking it out because I love honeybees now. They're awesome animals. And yeah, speaking of honeybees, I wonder if we can get Brady Beaver, or I'm sorry, Beaver Zero, to stop by on the stream.
He'll quite possibly on the stream. Getting him to stop is a different question.
He's not as bad as people make him out to be. He's a great kid. And Schrodinger loved him. It's going to be hard with that Schrodinger.
Jason says he's sure that you have gotten him onto at least 2 government watch lists.
Probably. And I'm not even going to say why. Or what I had him looking up.
Well, we know that you're on the B list.
Speaking of, that's cute. Speaking of government and watching and list and stuff, our government seems to be gearing up for going back to war. It's not good.
Yeah.
Not happy for my friends who are in the military, and I don't know enough about the history of the area. I just know that we left the Afghans in a terrible situation when we left. We shouldn't go forcing our way back into something without thinking. Like let's not leave another country
Yeah.
at the mercy of terrorist thugs. Because when we came out of Afghanistan, those poor people, it's getting worse and worse every month. Now all music is outlawed, all music, and the laws against women doing anything or going anywhere are getting more and more restricted. Of course they can't go to mosques or any places of worship anymore, but they can't even go to a public park anymore. So, and if you take a picture, say you're outside and you take a picture and there's a Taliban member in it, uh, you could disappear.
Yeah.
That's jail at the very least. It's against the law to take pictures of them. What if you don't know? I don't know. It's scary, and we left them in that situation without any of the, you know, training. We said we trained some of the people, but we didn't leave them with any weapons. I don't
know. Yeah, the situation in foreign countries.
We got to think about what we're doing a lot harder than we do.
Yeah, I mean, I realise that England, Britain, the Commonwealth, whatever, doesn't exactly have a glorious civilized history of treating others with kindness and decency. But you'd have thought that over that 200 or 300 year period,
you'd learn something.
Would have come to have learned that going in, sort of both feet
going
first
in is easy
to a foreign country. It's not always the best thing to do.
No,
and there
it's the easy part, though.
Yeah, and there are consequences to doing it.
Yeah.
And
when you leave.
And notionally, you have responsibilities.
Yes. The problem is we run in, all guns a-blazing because we believe we're going to help. But then things don't go the exact way we thought they would right away. We're like, wait a minute. They're not running away scared. What the fuck? No. You're not Tony Stark. We don't have Iron Man. Please think about this. I don't want... I mean, there are children in these places in the Middle East right now. They're boys and girls who are captive and they're trafficked and their parents can't do anything about it. They just come, they take them. And it's horrible.
I have some...
I'd love to help the world. I really would.
Yeah. But I have, I think, possibly some divisive views on that sort of thing. A lot of it is the unfettered privilege of having been born in, let's say, England.
Civilized place, yeah.
Oh, no. Screw the word civilized.
Law?
Well, basically, just the type of society that I am in.
Civil rights.
Just because I think the society that I'm in is quite nice and okay. Yeah, let's put aside the crap government, whatever. But society, I can walk
You're
down
not
the street.
living under Sharia law.
Yeah, I can go to the shops. I can do this.
Yeah.
Women can do what they want to, etc. Pretty much. I mean, just because I think that is good, that doesn't mean to say that I have to make sure that every other country is exactly the same.
Yeah, but there's a difference between that and Sharia law.
Yeah, I might not like how Sharia law is implemented. I might not like how countries like Saudi Arabia do particular things. But where do I have the right to put my views on
I have a
them?
great answer to that. I do. All right. So, you had a general. Oh God, what's his name? Oh my dear Lord.
How recent?
It was a very long time ago.
Gordon?
He was finally given a presidency in fucking hell, India. When it first started there.
Right.
And so he was going over there. He was very, very accomplished for you.
Uh-huh.
And God, he went over and he was arriving with his troops. And as he was arriving to this area, to this town, he saw this people building a wooden structure. And he said, "What is this? A funeral pyre." He's like, "Well, one of the sultans died, and tomorrow we're going to burn his wife. It's called a satay." And he's like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Yeah, when she's alive, guys." And so he's like, "Well, you're here. You've got to respect our traditions." So you're a general guy. So, okay. So he went with his guys and he settled in, and through the night he had them start building gallows around that funeral pyre. He's like, "Well, we're here. You're going to respect our traditions, and if you touch that lady, you all die." No more satays where he was. Was he wrong to do that? It's part of Sharia law. See?
Is that actually part of Sharia law?
Yeah, it
or
is.
Is that custom?
It's very, very, very big part of it. It's as old as time itself in that part of the world. Egypt too, I believe. They would kill the servants as well as the wife. Egypt. So, how much respect are we supposed to give to customs when they are harming human beings? A pharaoh dies, all his servants, closest servants, die.
Yeah. And this is why I have, split sort of emotions and feelings about it.
It's hard, right? There's no easy answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's right, but also I don't think it's right for us to go in and basically give them a good kick in and say, yeah, don't do that.
I'm sorry, they're burning people alive in that situation.
Yeah, there's no way that I would feel that was right. But I also
would you not stop it?
Like yeah, but I would try.
Does anybody know the name of the general, by the way? I'll know it if you say it. It was in the 1800s.
Captain Cactus says, "Does AMG mean Bentinck?"
No, that's not him. I'll know it. I will absolutely know it because I just read this.
Right.
Well,
anyway, whilst we're pondering, good morning, Graham and the Bobs, and hi, Big Balk, Little Bite, and
Captain.
Yeah, I think I already said hi to the Captain.
No, well, you said something you said, but you didn't say hi.
Okay. And Taipan, member for 20 months, says, "Remember the pink sub fund. Give a little or give a lot. You may just help a little tot."
Oh, Taipan's been a great help, and that's why you'll see him in the sub.
Yep.
And if you give $20 or more, you could get a digital print, with your picture in the sub with all of us. You could take a ride on the sub. Yay. It's a little sub thank you from us.
When do I get mine?
You're already in the sub, so.
Well, I wouldn't have been it twice.
Well, that would be weird. And you get to meet Yolanda and everything.
I could be beside myself in the sub.
Somebody make me stop.
Good morning, James Pimentel. Good to see you. And Captain Cactus says, yes, Lord William Bentinck banned Sati in 1829.
This is not a ban. This is a guy who said, "Don't fuck with her." Not the same. I'm sorry, it's not the same guy. I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
This happened before that. He was one of the first presidencies in India when they started that. I don't know. I'll look for it later. I'm not gonna do it now. But so I will be praying for anybody who gets called to war. Is what I'm saying. I just wanted to mention that it seems like tensions are getting high again, and we're being called over to do something. And I don't know. I wish. It's weird because wartime does a lot of different modern wartime. Like when I speak of that, I'm talking about Operation Desert Storm and shit, right? And Shield. It's different than it used to be, in like it seems cleaner almost here. Like they try to show us all the images, but are we going to get the same coverage now that the news media isn't what it used to be? Like, are we going to have the Scud Stud giving us, like YouTubers are not going to be allowed to go down there and stay on military bases to cover the war, right? I don't think we're going to see DeFranco down there.
Say a pity some might get blown up.
But is the economy going to take an upturn because of it, like it always seems to do in times of war? Let's have a war. That's an old fear song. It's all about how governments like them because it helps the economy.
It also distracts people away from how things are
going. Yeah. Like, and right now when we're gonna be voting, right, for a new president, and Trump is bound and determined to run again.
He may have certain difficulties there.
If they move quick enough, yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm scared. Like, and unfortunately, and I know there's some Trump supporters here. I'm just saying, I don't understand how it's gonna work. I don't want you all giving up your vote, wasting a vote on him when he won't be able to take office, like, at all. He just won't be allowed to if he's in jail. I don't want you to vote for Biden. I don't want to vote for Biden. There's got to be somebody out there who's going to help us.
Is Biden going to run again?
He has every right to. It's his first presidency.
Yeah, I know, but is he made
There's always
about doing so?
There's always a second run when you're sitting president. There's always second term run.
But
unless he doesn't want to, which I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. And I don't want her either, so that's the problem.
Who's her? Sorry.
The Vice President, Harris.
Right, okay.
Adalaka. She went down, when Trump was president, she went down to the border crying those tears over children in cages. There weren't that many kids. They weren't in cages, that's for sure. But she stood at the gates very prominently crying and being made, like everybody saw her and took pictures. But she hasn't been down to the border once since she's been in power. Isn't that interesting? No.
I'm sure she's got lots of important
There's
things
more
to do.
kids and there's more kids in those facilities now than there were before.
And don't forget
Right.
that caravan is going to hit the border any time now.
Any second.
Yep.
Fuck. You
I
know.
mean, yeah, even if they have to get out and push it, it's going
I'm
to make it.
sorry, but both sides are fucked. They're just
Well, yeah.
full of fucked up people. I don't like
Yes.
either.
I mean, I know I don't really have a dog in this hunt,
No, you
or
don't.
much
Okay, fine.
right to comment, but I don't like Trump's general demeanor, the way he treats
Yeah.
people, and his overwhelming narcissistic self entitlement.
Mhm.
Everything he does is fabulous.
I don't like the fact that he's a failed
No,
businessman and nobody seems to realize that.
no, it's not. But he's a failed reality pseudo
Well, no,
star.
but yeah, but his supporters don't ever think about the business side of it. Like he's a failed business. He's not a good businessman. He lost a casino. He owned Trump Taj Mahal. He owned a casino and couldn't make that. How do you bankrupt a casino? The house always wins. I don't even get that. I don't even get that.
It is interesting. And on the flip side, you've got Biden. And I'm sorry, but there's something impaired with him
I feel
on the
bad
mental side of
for
things.
both
From
sides.
the very little that I've seen,
We deserve better.
and that doesn't bode well. Yeah, I mean,
We deserve better.
Well, regardless of anything else, yes, you as a country deserve better, and because of your influence and effect on the rest of the world deserves better.
Yes. You know, is the chat saying anything? I'm missing what the chat's saying.
We've got let's have a look. There's a suggestion from Dalek. How about Zebulon for US president or the lovely young AMG from Dalek Beck?
I don't want the job.
Irish Dublin saying actually he can be president and be in jail. That'd be interesting.
I would check into that more if I were you, baby.
Captain Cactus says we have no better choice over here. Nope,
true.
Nope, we don't.
We're fucked. We're all fucked. Let's just bomb ourselves and start over.
Yeah, and Irish saying that the last she heard, there was nothing in the Constitution that says one can't do it.
He can't be a felon and be president, baby. Can't.
Oh, okay. Is that horse before the cart or cart before the horse? I mean, if he's a president and he's convicted and becomes a felon, in effect, can he still remain president? But if he's a felon, he can't run for president.
Look, he's done a lot of things presidents have never done before, and I'm not going to fight about what he's done, like the insurrection.
Yeah.
No other president's ever called for people to, kill their vice president. I wouldn't run with him. That's for fucking sure.
I'd run away from him.
But, yeah, it's not a good look for our country. Think about the country first. It's a horrible look if our president's a fucking convict. Sorry about it. Not gonna happen on my watch.
Yeah, you'd almost think it was Australia.
I know, right? I just don't want that. We were bad enough joke the first time around, man.
Good morning, Zazuzi Zequin. Good to see you.
Zazuzi Zequin, baby.
And have a good sleep.
What?
He's just shoving his face in before he sleeps. Or showing his face.
Look, I don't want to start a fight with anybody, especially I know you're a big supporter, honey. I don't want to fight with you. I'm just saying we gotta put our country first instead of parties. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that is where a lot of politicians go wrong. The job's all about them, not making the country better.
Yo, I don't care who it is, what party they're in. If they're gonna do good things for our country, I'll vote for them. I have no party. I don't have no party. I signed up independently. I didn't choose one or the other because I didn't want to. And
You don't have to choose, do you? You just go along
nope,
and vote.
nope. I can. It used to be you couldn't vote in the primaries if you weren't in one of the parties. Now, at least in Colorado, I can vote in either primary, which is kind of cool.
Sorry. What do you mean either primary?
Republican or Democrat. There's a primary, hun, that we vote for who's gonna run, right? And like that.
Sorry. Yeah, you've got this really.
It's a very
bizarre system.
It works, sort of.
Mm.
It has up until now. But here's the thing: we've got to start getting more serious about voting for our local governments, right?
Mm.
Our senators and congressmen and stuff like that have got to start changing laws to help us. Like
Yeah.
more and more people are talking about how people prosecutors aren't prosecuting crime anymore. And I'm loving that because they're not. And we need to change that. We need prosecutors to stop acting like defense attorneys with bail reform and nobody should pay bail. Bullshit. Bail needs to be there to keep some of the bad people in. Unaffordable bail, is a thing. When you can't outright say, oh, you don't get a bond, because there's only very few things where you can refuse bond outright to a person. You can always set an unaffordable one if it's bad enough the crimes they're allegedly, have committed.
Yeah.
If you take bail away altogether, everybody's on the street. You can rape somebody, get processed, and go right back home. That's fucked up. And they're doing it already anyway, so.
Yeah, there's
And they under prosecute as well. Sorry, go ahead.
It is a touch awkward. I mean, I understand why the concept of bail and whatever exists because they're old innocent until proven guilty, but then again, you just don't want some people walking the streets again. But then again,
it's not just that. Bail is to make sure they will show up.
Yeah.
So they have a monetary bond there, and they've got to put some money up. And it's going to hurt them to lose it. They'll show up for. That's the whole thought behind it.
Yeah.
They'll show up for their appointed times. But
you also don't want a lot of them back out in the street where they could.
That's where unaffordable comes in.
Yeah.
And the undercharging of crimes where they just, we'll let you off with this. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. That's why we have, there shouldn't be no jail time for drunk driving offenses. Your first one is a traffic ticket, and that's disgusting. You don't get jail time like 30 days or more until your third or fourth one.
Yeah, you it's really weird. You do seem to crack down hard on DUIs in as much as stopping
arresting
people
and
whatever. And then you just go, okay, slap in the wrist.
Yep.
Bad boy.
You think the cops enjoy that?
Yeah.
They had to go through all the paperwork and all the rigmarole and having to deal with the motherfuckers. Getting spit on and, pissed on and being called all kinds of out their names. And yet, they do it to keep us safe and keep that motherfucker safe too.
Yeah.
And what do we get? What do they get for it? Prosecutor lets them off with a slap on the wrist, a fine. Fuck you.
Yeah, there does need to be a bit more of a rational approach to that.
There's got to be changes in the law.
Big bulk little bite. Judging by some things that have been said about elections and stuff like that, I do agree with you when you say non-registered voters voting in the primary is a horrible idea. You can easily spoil the other party's candidates. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't fully aware of the American system, But yeah,
it's a weird thing,
because,
and they keep changing shit.
because our party system over here is the parties themselves decide who the candidate is going to be.
Yeah.
And that is probably with discussions and talking amongst people who belong to that party. So yeah, I mean the party decides who they're going to put up for the election. Why you'd want somebody else to do that, and as you say, I mean it's a good way to try and get somebody who's
No,
unelectable.
all right. So here's the thing: you have to be a registered voter to vote in any primary. So it's
Yep.
not you're unregistered; you're just not one part of that party, and you can only vote in one.
Yeah.
Primary.
Okay.
But
Okay.
The point of them not letting them completely control, because they're going to put their friends up, right? The problem I see in our system right now is not enough people are involved. They're hopefully starting to get more and more involved, but I know plenty of people who are so disillusioned. They're like, my vote doesn't count. Look what happened in the last 2 elections. With Trump's first election, he didn't win popular vote, but he won the electoral college because the electoral college didn't go by the popular vote for the first time ever. That's against the law. They're not allowed to do that. But they did. They got in trouble. They're not part of the electoral college anymore. But here we have it. There's a lot that needs to be changed and reformed. But if people aren't involved, they won't. Because it's still working for them. You know? And I believe if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. Do not complain about the country or how things are going or your taxes or anything, and then tell me you didn't vote in your last election. No, nope, don't do it. No, because you've got shit to say. You've got to at least try, right? Simon, are you there?
I am here. Yes.
Uh,
I was waiting for you to take a breath.
I hate when you say that shit. It's not funny.
Yeah, we kind of have similar issues over here with voting systems. The system we've got is called first past the post.
What's that mean?
Basically, whoever gets the more votes wins.
Right.
Which you kind of
it
think.
Should be. It should be that way.
Yeah, except a lot of people don't like that system. They want some
the electoral
form
college.
Of, oh Christ, no!
I was going to say. What other system is there?
There is I forget what the hell they call it now. There are various types of them where you make a first choice, a second choice, and a third choice, and they get different weight, and they get different weightings.
So I'm supposed to rate my top 3 choices for president? That's stupid.
I'm being told that first past the post isn't a thing anymore. Is it not? I thought that was basically what system we had.
Well, okay.
Could be wrong.
Guess so. How long has it been since you voted?
Oh, hang on. It's first past the post in the constituencies. Then whoever gets the more constituencies is the party that is in charge.
The prime minister, right?
Yeah. I believe.
Yeah, so you're right. Basically,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Mark Baguettes.
Hey, Mark.
Nice to see you. Oh, I forget what the other forms of election things.
Yeah.
Oh, but
we need better people. Which is weird that I said that, because guess what I got? I got a text. Let me read it to you.
Oh God.
It's interesting. I think you guys are gonna like it. All right, here it is. Hi, Tina Marie. I'm Kat, I think, with the welcome party. Let me zoom in because I can't see well. We're looking for common sense folks in El Paso County, where I live, to run for local office. Want info on how to run? Can you imagine? Listen, bitches, this is how we're going to do it.
Are they suggesting that you run?
Yes!
Interesting.
What do you think? What do you think? State Rep Corbo. Nope. Not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the headache. I don't want to rep Colorado. If I'm going to rep anywhere, it'll be New York or Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't live there no more.
Politics, marvelous subject.
Yeah. Yeah. We're moving on. So, back again about to remind you all that came in. This Saturday, big day. Starting when here in the UK?
I believe it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Absolutely. 6 a.m. in Mountain Time and 8 a.m. Eastern American Time. 12-hour stream. Packed full of fun and interactive talk and games. Jackbox games where you guys play with us. Among Us where you can play with us. Bingo, giveaways. Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. Stickers that we'll send out. All kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun. All to raise money for a great cause. The cause is you guys. Right? In a nutshell.
Kind of,
Our
yes.
community.
Yeah.
Our own community. And I don't mean our community broad sense with all those people for, that are drama and shit like that. No. No. You write to us. And only really 2 people see it, me and Simon. We get all the information. We then generalize it to bring it to our committee and say, guys, person A wrote to us. This is what's going on with them. This is what they need. And we talk about it and then say, okay, this is how we can help them. It's easy as that. Nobody ever know, and nobody but Simon and I, who are sworn to secrecy, will ever know your name. And like I can imagine somebody from the drama area writes in. The people who's been calling everything a fraud and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they need help. What would we do? Would we help them? I don't know. Would our better nature help them? I want to say we'd want to, but we'd be smart enough not to because, they're just taking advantage. They don't show up and help. They don't show up, period. They show up in order to hurt people. And that's not cool with us. So it's for you guys, really. Our Discord people. It's a wider thing than just that, but I'm tired of seeing good people stress at the holidays, right? So a few years ago, I'm like, we were talking about our Christmases as children, and I had great Christmases and great holidays. The food was good, presents were not bad, and everybody deserves that. Everybody, kids of all ages and families and single people, everybody deserves that.
Yeah, well, with a lot of people, families and stuff like that, yeah, there's a lot of happiness, joy, and what have you, sort of at around the time. But let's not forget that there are people who are actually making that happen, and that is quite stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things are tight now and tougher, and we want to take some of that stress off you. And I just it was very important to me to do this, and without hesitation, Simon jumped in. And then this year we've got Taipan and Cap and Jason and Mike, Denise, fuck, and Nicole, and they took this onto their own thing. Like it's just I'm so very proud of my friends, and I'm so deeply moved by how they've made this their own. Oh, Clippy too. Sorry. I got everybody now, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. There's 8 of us all together now. Where last year there was 2 or 3, and Erin Rod helped us last year. Things have gotten hectic in her family, but she's always up to help, and it's beautiful. You guys are great people, and so this is a great way to help around the most stressful time of the year. What?
Skibo says AMG for president. The news networks will have to have a 7-second delay.
What does that mean?
Your sudden outburst of fuck.
Yeah, well, there's that. But at least I won't be scandalized. Well, different kind of scandals.
Yes.
Different, like more wholesome scandals, I think.
Can you have wholesome scandals?
You know, just fuck ups, basically. Look, she walked into a wall again. Tripped over her own feet again. Oh, yay. Yeah, I don't think that'd be good. I'll look simple. I don't want to walk down those airplane stairs. Like, it's Air Force One. We can't get him a jetway? Come on. Or an escalator? Please. Elevator to the ground.
The trouble is, the air bridge, sort of, there's no photo opportunities.
True.
That's what it is. It's all photo opportunities for that.
Okay, I don't need the photo opportunity. I don't want to get sniped. That's way out in the open. I'm a bit more aware of my surroundings than these guys. I'm not a narcissist either, so there's that. What else is chat saying? There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, Zebulon, the economy really needs to give everyone a break.
I wouldn't mind another stimulus check. I would give a stimulus check a year. There you go.
The UK sort of did that, but it gave the money to the big businesses instead.
Well, that's retarded.
Because, hey, haven't you heard of the trickle-down effect?
You know, Reagan and Bush tried that on us. We called it voodoo economics. It doesn't work.
Yes. I don't know whether the term was used in the US, but in the UK, Reaganomics was used.
Yeah. We made up the term Reaganomics.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't work then, so why should it work now? But
it doesn't.
It does mean give money to our mates.
So you know what, though?
Yeah.
I would tax the fuck out of the rich. Vice President?
Sorry. Jason says, falling asleep and resting your head on the wrong button could be really dangerous.
Funny. Very funny. I wouldn't have that button on my desk. It'd be across the room where I don't sit. You have to get up and walk over to it on purpose.
And if only it was the simple thing of a big red button you pressed. But
Yeah, it's
fortunately, it's a bit more
not. Yeah,
complicated than that.
there's a
Yeah, but
nuclear football and everything. So
yeah, so it's
so
still a nice image.
yeah. Yeah. I can you imagine that? I would have a purge day just for rich people. You can do anything you want to rich people.
Yeah. So on a Monday, say goodbye to all the rich people. On the Wednesday, say goodbye to all the pineapples.
You know, I have nothing against pineapples, right? You and Cap know that, right? It's just there are certain places they do not belong.
Uh-huh.
A hamburger with beetroot is one. Taipan, I'm looking at you. The Aussie burger has the burger, cheese, lettuce, tomato, beetroot, and pineapple. Explain, please.
Did I miss the actual patty in all that?
I said the hamburger.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Explain, please.
Explain, please. What? I'll be that. It's Australian. Enough said.
There's just too much going on there. Way too much. Too many flavor profiles. Your palate would not know what the fuck was going on. It's confusing. Beetroot and pineapple, lettuce, tomato, whatever dressing they're gonna fucking put on it. Probably a pickle of some sort, cheese, and the burger patty. I say no, no, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a great prank though. I'm gonna have Brandy over, right? And I'm gonna say, honey, I'm making us my grandma's meatball patty sandwiches, right? They're like a burger, but they're a meatball. And I'm gonna make two, and I'm gonna put Marmite in hers. What do you think?
Marmite is nice. I'm not altogether sure it would be suitable for putting in a meatball, but
I'm saying it's a prank. Get it?
Yes.
She's gonna bite into it thinking it's my grandmother's recipe, so she's gonna try to be nice about it. But the look on her face when she bites into a big fucking mouthful of Marmite. Ooh. Yeah, I think she's gonna puke. She won't swallow it, so she won't really poop it. Come on. That's funny, no? No?
Yeah.
For people who don't like Marmite, it's funny.
Yeah. Taipan says to all, if you need some advice on how to help the homeless or just an only person, you can DM him in AMG's Discord, and
Absolutely,
he can help with some advice. Yeah.
Like OK Day. Are you OK Day? Where you go over, you pick a day, and you knock on the door of someone who's alone. Are you okay? Just those words. Or you walk up to somebody homeless. Are you okay? How can I help you? He told me these things. These are Taipan's ideas. Taipan's got great ideas. And we're going to talk about those during our chat, because his interview is that night. And hopefully we can implement some of them into the Pink Sub. I think it'd be great. Don't you, Simon?
Yeah.
Because my dream here is to make the Pink Sub a year-round thing with many different compartments, let's say, where this one's the holidays, this one's homelessness, and this one's education. Like, we help in different areas year-round. Back to school time, we can help get kids who need help with getting their stuff for school ready, like who need binders and pens and pencils and all the stuff, you know? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, having a fund that has available funds all year round. Yeah, that sounds like
And
a very
someday we might be able to buy in bulk and
a
hand them
worthwhile
out
goal.
ourselves, instead of just handing out money. And like we could also, um, my mom's memory have a thing where women who are trying to get back into the workforce who need, um, a suit or some clothes for interviews, we can help them. Dress for Success. There's a charity out there called
Mhm.
that. I got the idea from them, but it's a great idea, don't you think?
Yeah.
Or makeovers because they need their hair cut, maybe. They've been in women's shelters. Maybe they need a haircut to get, even just to help their self esteem because they're there because they've been beaten or something. I want to help people. It's just what my family did, and there's so many different ways people need help now. You know, I kind of want
It would be nice to help everybody, but
to. Yeah, we got.
there are there are limits
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Let's run before let's
just walk before
not
you run. And
let's not run before we can walk.
I'm super thrilled that we can
Yeah.
help people at the
Mhm.
holidays. It makes my holiday feel
Mhm.
feel good, and I feel closer to my family for doing it because I grew up in a family where I was helping people, and I feel good knowing that I'm trying to keep their legacy alive.
Yeah. Well, it is nice to help other people.
The best
That's
part about it is I'm doing it with my new family.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
And thank you, Dalek Beck, for those tomatoes. I shall treasure them always.
It's just silly. You're so silly. I love
As
it.
in, I'll bury them.
Oh, can I tell that story about Okay, I got a story.
What?
Quick story time, and then we'll get on to the jokes, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. It takes place in Russia. A girl named Kelly, about 4 or 5 years old, is sitting at the kitchen table drawing a picture of a horse. Because her and her family had just been to a horse farm and she got to ride a pony and she's obsessed now, right? So she's sitting there at the table with her crayons, drawing a picture and coloring it in. And her dad is in there chopping onions for dinner. He's going to make dinner tonight. His wife is in the living room with their son, 12-year-old son, and the grandma. Son's playing video games, of course. So he's chopping the onions and making a big show of how he's crying for the girl, Every once in a while he turns around and she's laughing. And he's almost done when he realizes he's forgotten something he needs for the recipe. So he yells out to his wife, "Hey, hon, do we have any potatoes? I need them for dinner." She's like, "Yeah, there's some in the cellar, but they're kind of old though." He's like, "Okay." So he finishes the onions, he puts them in the pan, and he walks over through the living room over to the cellar door, opens it, steps in, shuts the door behind him, and goes downstairs. And a couple of minutes later, um, Kelly is sitting there with her drawing, and she smells something bad, and she looks up, and the onions are burning, and smoke is forming, and it hits the smoke alarm. It starts going off, so the grandmother runs in, yelling and swearing in Russian, and yells at her son, "Damn it, you're burning the onions, and we don't have any more." So she starts picking through them, and she's like, "Hey, do you hear me?" And she looks over to the door, and nothing. So the wife, exasperated, like, "Hey, your mom's talking to you." And she's like, well, she gets up, goes to the door, yells down, "What's taking you so long?" No answer. So she shuts the door behind her, walks down, because it's their practice to shut the door. Because Kelly is now 4, but she's a toddler. They don't want her falling down the stairs, right? It's one of those root cellars, so it's not like finished. So the stairs can be kind of dangerous for a toddler. Anyway, so a couple minutes go by, and Kelly stops drawing for a second and looks at her grandma, and they look at the door, and nobody's coming up. And like, what the fuck? Well, the grandmother says it under her breath. So she goes into the living room, opens the door, and says, "Hey, you all right? What's going on?" She doesn't hear anything, so she tells the kid, "Can you turn your video game off? Because I can't hear." And as every little boy does, he gets exasperated, but he shuts it off. It's like, oh. So she yells down again, "Hey, what's taking so long?" And the boy's like, why are we sitting here? Why not just go down there? And he goes over to the door. He opens it. He's like, look, they're downstairs. And he steps in, shutting the door behind him, goes downstairs. And a couple of minutes pass, and now the grandmother's really nervous. She's trying not to show it to the little girl. So she calls up a neighbor and says, can you come over here? Because there's something going on, and I don't understand what it is. And the neighbor's like, yeah, sure. So she hangs up the phone and she's like, oh, I'm sure it's nothing. They're playing a prank or something, right? And she decides she can't wait any longer. So she opens the door and yells down, hey guys, come on. What's taking so long? No answer. So she starts walking down the stairs without shutting the door, by the way. Gets downstairs and Kelly's watching her from the table like, oh God. And she sees her go downstairs and she's waiting, thinking any second everybody's going to be back upstairs, right? But they don't. Meanwhile, the neighbor's coming over and he gets there and he knocks on the door, no answer. Tries the doorknob, it's open, so he goes in and he's looking around. There's nobody on the first floor, in the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. So he's walking around trying to look, see where they are, and he hears a faint crying. And it's coming from that open cellar door. So he looks down, he doesn't see anything. He goes down and he sees a little girl laying on the floor crying. He scoops her up, horrified at what he's looking at, and he runs upstairs, runs outside, calls the authorities. Her whole family's dead. Those potatoes, being in a closed environment, because they always kept that cellar door closed, had gone bad, producing a toxic odor. And because they all closed the door behind them, when they got down there and passed out from it, they couldn't get up and died. All 4 members of her family were dead. And the only reason she survived is because the grandmother left the door open. And enough of the fumes had gotten out that the little girl didn't die. Potatoes killed them.
Yeah, potatoes are, as somebody mentioned, Zebulon mentioned, a part of the Nightshade family.
Yep. And Jason, it's a true story. They're all dead. Jason heard it before.
Jason mentioned solanine gas.
Yep. It's sad, isn't it? All of them gone. And it happens a lot. It used to happen a lot in root cellars because they're closed off. There's no air circulating because it's supposed to keep it cool and stuff.
Well, if you're going to have anything that displaces air, either as a miasma or even mixing with it like a toxic sort of gas, being in a sealed container is going to make it worse.
God dang those root cellars, huh?
Yeah. Graham says, "Happy Halloween, everyone."
I just thought it was crazy because
well, where the hell did that story? Well, okay, I know where the story came from, obviously Russia, but where the hell did the idea to tell that story come from?
I thought it was interesting. It's potatoes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Potatoes.
Sorry, I thought you were heading towards a punchline for a joke.
No, there's no joke there. That little girl lost her entire family in 30 minutes. From potatoes. It's a cautionary tale, I guess. Because I've had potatoes go bad, and they do smell. But luckily, I don't have a root cellar. I had like a 2-pound bag in my pantry. They do stain wood, though. They stain the shelf they were on. You got to be careful with potatoes.
Well,
if you don't use them, throw them out after a while. When they start showing those eyes and stuff, don't just cut them out. Get rid of them. They're cheap.
Basically, any food stuff that goes past its best by date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Be careful with, dispose of. And admittedly, in most circumstances, stuff like getting gassed by potatoes is not going to be a thing.
It's a lot more rare now, yeah, because we don't use root cellars. But in places that do use root cellars, it still happens. There are still a lot of countries that use a root cellar.
It doesn't have to be a root cellar. Any form of cellar, any enclosed space.
Well, most cellars have windows now.
Yeah, but you don't always have them open, do you?
Oh no, never. Quite frankly, because they're on the ground. They're ground. They're like our basement had windows that opened up, but they're fucking. If there's a bug there on the outside, it could crawl right in and say, "Hey, it's a welcome."
Yeah. No. So, how permeable is a closed window as opposed to a wall?
It's not.
Exactly. So,
they can leak a little bit, but
yeah, any enclosed space is going to be bad.
Yep.
And even if you do have a window, it's going to be likely high up, which means the gas will settle.
Well, thankfully, these gases dissipated rather quickly when the door was left open.
Yeah.
That poor girl. I shall never eat onions or potatoes again. You can, if one starts to go, I'm pretty sure you could replant it.
Yeah, generally that is the thing.
But fuck that. Growing food is stupidly hard. It's a good thing to do, but it's hard work. Gardens are hard work. I would do a tomato garden, but that's it. Tomato and basil. That's all I would grow. Maybe.
I wouldn't grow tomatoes, but I might grow basil.
Basil.
All
right, basil or what? We'll compromise.
Gesundheit.
You're stupid. Do you want to play the pink sub thing? And the tippers,
maybe.
So they can get their jokes together.
Right. Okay. What do you want first? The pink sub?
I want you to surprise me.
Boo.
Ah!
Headphone warning.
I did not do it loud.
Where's that friggin' 7-second delay we would need? Right. Do we all have our jokes ready? Oh, that's not so much a joke, Dalek, as a statement of fact. How do you sink an Australian submarine?
Boomerang?
Knock on the hatch.
Okay. Close enough.
That's an interesting thought, Irish. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6, so 3 sixes. Okay, moving on. Taipan says, a termite walks into a bar and says, so, is the bartender here?
Okay.
What do termites eat?
What?
Yeah, so is the bartender here? Oh, Miss Andrea at its best Irish. When women gossip, we get called bitchy, but when men do it, it's called a podcast.
Let me try that. No.
Nope. Dalek says, what did the American lawyer call his daughter?
What?
Sue. Hi, Nightwolf. Good to see you.
Why are you guys fucking up so bad today?
Wants to know, why are all leprechauns drug addicted?
Why?
Because there's pot at the end of the rainbow.
Oh, God.
Taipan would like to know, why does Humpty Dumpty love autumn? No? Because he had a great fall.
Okay.
Irish says, why did Dorothy get lost in Oz?
Oh, why?
Because she had 3 men giving her directions.
I'm sorry. She wins so far.
Okay. Taipan says, what do you call a pudgy psychic?
A pudgy sidekick?
Pudgy psychic.
Oh, psychic. Okay. I was going to say, I know. No, I'm not going to say that. What?
When I personally would have said I'd have called them a large, not a medium. But he says a fortune teller. Irish, what do you call kinky sex with chocolate?
Oh boy.
S&M. You got a snort out of AMG for that one, Irish. Well done.
Yeah.
Captain says, a Christmas joke. What is Santa's favourite pizza?
Oh, I have no doubt he's gonna have pineapples in it.
One that is deep pan, crisp and even.
Deep pan. What?
Deep pan, crisp and even.
Okay, that's kind of clever, actually.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get when dinosaurs crash their cars?
I don't know. Ask Captain.
Oh, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, says Dalek.
So stupid. That's so stupid. I love it. Okay.
Ra says, Jack and Jill went up the hill to smoke a little leaf. Jack got high and dropped his fly, and Jill said, where's the beef?
Who said that?
That was Irish.
Of course. That's my girl. Go ahead.
Taipan would like to know, why do bees have sticky hair?
Why?
Because they use a honeycomb.
Sorry. That's cute. It really is. Stupid, but cute.
Irish says, cook a man a fish and you feed him for a day. But teach a man to fish and you get rid of him the whole weekend.
Nice and true.
Go
girl.
Captain Cactus says he went to a seafood dance last week. He pulled a muscle.
A seafood dance?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Okay.
I normally tell that one. Did you hear about the lobster that went to a disco? He pulled a muscle. Dalek Beck would like to know, why did the Aussie buy a black and white dog?
Why?
He thought the license would be cheaper. That's a hark back to television licenses. Black and white licenses were cheaper than colour.
Okay.
Captain Cactus would like to know, what is red and bad for your teeth? No idea.
No.
A brick. Zebulon, the Santa pizza joke was based on a Christmas Carol where the snow was deep and even. Good King Wenceslas.
Yeah.
Captain Cactus says, some bacon and eggs walked into a bar.
Uh-oh.
The bartender said, sorry, we don't serve breakfast here.
Is that the punchline? That wasn't even... Okay. Thanks, Cat.
Dalek says, why doesn't the devil ice skate?
Why?
Well, where in hell would you find ice?
True.
Sadly, there is ice in hell. But
yeah.
Center
ring.
Well, according to Dante.
Very center of hell. That's where he is.
Okay. Whoops.
What?
No, it's sort of misclicked as somebody made a comment. Irish would like to know, what happened to the man who got behind on his payments to his exorcist?
What happened to him?
He got repossessed.
Oh my God, no. Stop.
I know one, but a good one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand this one. Captain Cactus says, what is a specimen? I now understand it.
You do? Okay, good. Can you describe, understand, make me understand it?
An Italian astronaut.
Who?
An Italian astronaut. A specimen.
No. No.
Taipan would like to know, why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
But,
it was too tired.
Oh, come on. Try harder. Specimen. I'm going to hold that against them for a very long time. Too tired.
It's a good effort, that one.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Okay, one from me. I have a small little amphibious lizard. I call him Tiny because he's minute. And the sound of silence.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Captain Cactus says, where do you drown a hipster?
Ooh, where?
In the mainstream.
I'm sorry. That's like the best one ever. Yes, he wins. Hands down.
Dalek Beck, I'm not sure this one. Why was the purple people eater thrown in jail?
I don't know why.
He was caught buttering up some chicken. Yeah, I'm not sure I follow that one.
to leave.
I'm not ignoring your one night wolf. I'm not sure about how appropriate it is.
Just
Taipan would like to know, how do you stop a bull from charging?
How?
Cancel its credit card.
Good one. Just say night wolf. It's okay.
Okay. When is a gnome not a gnome? When he's up a fairy's skirt, he's a goblin.
Oh god.
Captain Cactus says Santa has his own ladies of the night. They are called his ho ho hos. Dalek Beck, what has 76 eyes and 76 legs? Any idea?
No.
38 people.
Oh, okay.
There's a very similar joke, which I won't tell here.
Good. It's fucked anyway.
Okay. What has 50 legs and 23 pubic hairs?
You know what?
The front row at a Take That concert.
Oh, who's that?
Sorry?
Who is that?
That was me.
No, the concert. Who are they?
Take That.
I don't know who that is.
A boy band.
From?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you. That was stupid. Is that, where was Nightwolves?
I just said it.
Oh, that's that last one? Okay. I didn't know. I didn't hear who it was from.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. Irish Dublin says, working on the computer is like driving a submarine. Once you open the windows, the problems begin.
She's a fire tonight.
Captain
Cactus right, that book.
Says, I bet a butcher that he couldn't reach the meat on the top shelf. He wouldn't take the bet as the stakes were too high. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm not loving this. I'm a tough nut to crack, but when you do, I love it. So
what do you call a bee? Taipan wants to know. What do you call a bee that can't make up its mind?
I don't know.
A maybe.
Dalek
Beck would like to know, how do you get milk from a Siamese cat?
From a Siamese cat?
Yeah.
How?
When he's not looking, you steal his saucer.
That was good.
Interesting one from Captain Cactus. How do you wake up Lady Gaga?
How do you wake her up?
Poker face.
Poker face. Funny.
I don't particularly understand that one.
Poker Face is one of her songs.
Ah, okay. Didn't know that. Right. Do we have any more? Yes, we do. Irish Dublin. A nearsighted whale followed a submarine across the ocean. Every time it fired off a torpedo, the whale passed out cigars.
So.
And possibly one last one from Captain Cactus.
Yeah.
What is an innuendo?
An innuendo is what?
An Italian suppository. I heard a chuckle there.
No, I did not.
Yes, yes you did.
Not.
Yes, you did.
There was no such thing.
I heard it.
No, you didn't. Nobody heard it. Nobody heard anything. On that note, we'll get the fuck out of here.
Absolutely. Because
tonight we play bingo. Don't forget.
Right. Because ever since you started telling that sort of a Russian sort of story, I've been dying to go to the loo. So.
Really? I'm sorry.
That's right.
You could have told us. We would have paused. So I'll put you in charge of taking us out of here. Don't
Right.
forget tonight, guys, bingo. Probably in what time is it?
I don't know.
Everybody knows what time it is in my time, Jason?
Right. One last from Paracord Princess. Why can't you
Yeah.
hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
I don't know why.
Their P is silent.
That's cute. That is
Mhm.
cute. It's clever.
And fairly appropriate for just now, Paracord. Thank you.
Right? Well, did anybody tell me what time it is? Wait, I think I got is my phone working?
It's not scheduled yet, so that's
No,
why I don't know.
but I'm saying what. I'm going to give them an idea of how many hours from now. All right, so it's 5 o'clock in the morning, exactly my time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe about 8 hours, 9 hours from now. 10 hours. Probably around 3 p.m., which is 5 p.m. Eastern. It's 10 o'clock your time.
Yeah, either around 10 or 11 our time. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So come back then. We'll play some bingo, new improved bingo, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, and don't forget to pass on those video links to Captain Cactus.
Yes. And don't forget to share to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your family and friends, the Pink Sub stream, and the pinksubfund.com. Pinksubfund.com. Thanks, guys.
Right.
You want to take us out?
Do we have an outro or?
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Aha. Right. Oh, right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much for being up at this stupid time of the day if you're in the Americas, or thanks for staying awake if you're in the Australias.